In your double bubble map, obviously you're going to have Mrs. Annie Johnson and Adoja. You put down the similarities in the middle and then their differences on the side. Go ahead and get started, please. Imelda, can you explain to me what is it that you're doing right now?
I'm doing a double bubble map about Miss Annie Johnson and Adoja.
Okay, perfect. Esteban, can you do me a favor? Can you show us your little map right there and tell us what is it that you're drawing?
A double map of Mrs. Annie Johnson and Adoja.
Okay, perfect. And what is the double bubble map for?
To compare and contrast their characteristics.
Perfect, thank you. All right, Yvonne, if you could do me a favor, I see that you are working from the outside in. You're giving me all their differences first. So tell me, why do you do that?
Because I think it's kind of easier to write their own differences.
Okay, and can you tell me what are some of their differences?
Miss Annie Johnson is African American and Adoja is African.
Okay, and what else do you have so far?
Miss Annie Johnson is older, she's an adult, and Adoja is 7 years old.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, Fernando, can you go ahead and explain to me your double bubble map?
Okay, so Annie Johnson and Adoja, they both had problems with their physicality. But Annie Johnson struggled with money, and Adoja couldn't really find herself emotionally. And Annie Johnson's also grown up, and Adoja is a child.
Okay, all right, and then come right back to you just because you have a pretty filled out double bubble map. Can you go ahead and explain to me some of their similarities and differences, please?
One of the similarities is that they both get judged.
Mm-hmm.
And another one is that they both are expected to live by what society expects them to do.
Okay, and how about their differences?
One is Miss Annie Johnson lives in Arkansas in 1903, and she lives in Africa, and she's an African American.
She lives in Africa, but she's African, not African American. Okay, all right. So that's a
We
difference.
are sharing the differences and similarities that Mrs. Annie Johnson and Adoja had.
Okay, based off of what? What did you all create?
Double bubble map.
Okay, so if you can do me a favor, go ahead and start.
Mrs. Annie Johnson had her husband that left her with 2 children, while Adoja, her father, had left her with her grandma and her mom. And both didn't give up in showing society wrong. They both proved them wrong. Adoja was the daughter of
They broke down for similarities. They were both African American. They were both poor, and when people told them they couldn't do something, they did the opposite of what they told them when they said they couldn't. And for differences, I put Miss Annie Johnson. She became a store owner, and Adoja became a runner.
Or all ideas combined.
Okay, so now you guys are all combining
Our ideas.
your ideas and making like a superior double bubble map?
Yes.
Okay, great. Go ahead. So Frank, can you tell me what exactly are you and your group doing right now?
Me and my group are now making an even bigger double bubble map where we're combining all of our ideas and putting them all together just to make a superior double bubble map.
All right, awesome. Adrian, can you go ahead and explain to us what is it that you're doing now?
Well, first we're writing an expository paragraph based off the information from our group double bubble map about Annie Johnson and Adoja, comparing the differences and similarities.
Okay, great. And what are some of the similarities that you're going to put in your expository paragraph?
Well, first I'm gonna start off by saying that like they both prove society wrong because like society set them up for failure basically.
Okay, great. And how about a difference?
a difference was like how like they proved society wrong. Like for example, Miss Annie Johnson, she was like successful and had her own business, and that's how she proved society wrong because they wouldn't expect for like an African American woman to be successful in 1903. And Adoja, she proved society wrong on like how she used her legs. Like instead of having like thick legs for having babies, she has skinny legs and used them to become like a famous person in the village.
Like an athlete,
yeah,
basically.
Like an athlete, yeah, because of her track and running and all that stuff.
Cool. Thank you, Adrian.
Yeah.
And Giselle, can you do me a favor? Can you explain to us what were the steps that you took in order to finally get here?
The steps we did for this comparison and contrast, we first started off with our double bubble map, our own individual double bubble map, and then after we were done, we shared all of our ideas, and then we built a bigger bubble map of all of our thoughts. And right now we are writing a paragraph about the similarities and differences about Annie Johnson and Adoja.
Very good. Thank you.